ロッキーズとの激闘を失意3で制しドジャースが劇的な勝利を収めた夜、最大の試練を乗り越えた佐々木朗までの姿がありました。ここからはその様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
First, going into this game, Dave Roberts shared that you were working through a few things mechanically so that the hitters weren't able to read you as much. How did you find just bringing that into this start today?
今日のゲーム入る中で、監督からちょっといろんなことを調整したりとか考えてやっているってことがあったんですけども、入っていく中でいかがでしたか？
そうですね、もちろん、癖もそうですし、投げてるボールもいろいろ精度だったりそういうのを修正する練習で修正してきたので、もちろんうまくいかなかった部分はあるんですけど、そういう感じで投げました。
Yeah, I've been working on a lot of things like, the tipping stuff, also I need to make quality pitches, so I'm really working on those things.
What was the difference in that fourth inning after they had the two runners on? What adjustment did you make to be able to get out of that traffic?
4回のちょっとピンチの2、3塁の場面で、どのように切り抜けていきましたか？
そうですね、とにかく丁寧にフォークは低く、まっすぐはしっかり高めだったら中途半端にならないように、低めだったら浮かないようにところを意識して投げました。
Yeah, I was just trying to, I was just focused on trying to hit my spot. When I throw down, I just want to go down. If I go up, I just want to locate it up. So.
How would you evaluate your performance so far this season, especially with your first half now being done?
これまで、今年のシーズン半分終わりますけども、どのように自分自身で、評価されてますか？
そうですね、数字で見たら満足いくのはもちろん一つもないんですけど、そうですね、登板数しっかり穴を開けずに投げ続けたことだったり、あとはまっすぐのスピードに関してはずっとやってきたものが途中から安定してきたので、そこら辺はいいのかなとは思ってます。
Yeah, when you look at the numbers, I'm not so sure with that, but I was able to keep the rotation, and also reloads kind of got a little bit up, so I'm kind of happy with that.
What kind of improvements do you want to make for the second half?
後半に向けてどのような改善をしていきたいですか？
そうですね、変化球の精度のところをもう一回質とコントロールともう少し良くしていかないとやっぱり苦しいピッチングになるので、そこを重点的にやりたいなと思ってます。
I feel like I need to work on off-speed pitches, especially. If I had, better stuff right there, I think I'll be able to pitch a little easier.
Well, it was a quality start for Roki Sasaki. It wasn't looking good at times earlier in the game, Jerry. He gives up not the back-to-back, but 2 home runs there in the second inning. A walk, a wild pitch led to another run in the third. And then he has second and third, nobody out in the fourth inning. It seemed like that's when his entire night changed as he locked in.
Yeah, right when that happened, we had second and third, nobody out. He went into closer, Roki. Remember that guy when he was absolutely dominant during that stretch? He understood, you know what, it's a 3-3 ball game. I can't allow any runner come across. He really settled in and buckled in and really threw his ace stuff at the hitter. Great split right there. Late breaking split, that riding fastball, love it up in the zone. That's not down the middle of the plate. It's above the belt, inducing the hitter to swing and miss. And I love the split here, not down the middle. It's outer third. Look at the athleticism here by Roki Sasaki. Great manos as well.
We need to see more of that. Like we said, that one inning that was so big, that was so critical. That was the biggest moment in this game in that fourth inning. And these are the times where we've seen in the past where sometimes it gets away from him. All of a sudden you get those 2 guys on, or you have a walk, and everything starts to snowball. Even when you have 2 guys on, it's also going, okay, well, even if I have to minimize the damage, just give up 1 run, but that's it. That's where it starts, so I can give the offense maybe a chance to come back. But for him to buckle down in those moments, that is huge. That is something he has to recognize what was the biggest part. Go look back, remember what my mindset was there, what I was thinking, and how I executed. That's where the great pitchers, the Maddoxes, all these guys, when they're in the bullpen, they're not always working on the windup and going out of that. Maddox would take a majority of his bullpen out of the stretch. And you ask him, why out of the stretch, more out of the windup? He says, because my most critical pitches, I'm going to probably be in the stretch because there's going to be guys on base. Right. So I got got to make sure. So that's something that Roki has to learn from, because the critical pitches of this game were right there in the fourth when guys were in scoring position.
Yeah, he also said at times as well, when you asked him that type of question, he goes, well, I need to work on it because I'm not working it out in the game because nobody's ever on base.
That too.
He said that as well.
He said that too. Yeah, there was two sides, but yeah, exactly right. I didn't go there either, but yeah, you're right.
Nice bounce back effort by Roki Sasaki in this game. Dodgers get the win 4-3, and they scored, yes, those 4 runs tonight. Dodgers got a series win and 10 punch-outs as well. That means tomorrow you can go to Jack in the Box and get a free Jumbo Jack with a purchase of a large drink at any LA area location. Tonight, Roki Sasaki, he carried most of the load. He had 5 of those 10 strikeouts, and the Dodgers get a 4-3 win and a series victory over the Rockies. Let's head inside right now and hear from Dave Roberts with the media.
It was big. It was big, and it was good to see him just bow his neck and go compete. And had given up 3 runs at that point, and there was some stress, and second and third, nobody out, and he found a way to get some punch outs and a fly ball and get out of the inning. And you can see the demeanor walking off the mound, the confidence, and then after into the fifth, wanting for more, and then after the fifth, and then going out for the sixth, and even after the sixth. And there was still more in there. But I think for me, it was more of just let him end on a high note, feeling good about his outing, and then go from there. And that's exactly what I told him tonight. And the bullpen was spectacular after, but really good for Roki.
Out of the game, and just about getting out of his head mechanically and getting into the compete. Were you able just to see that in real time kind of transition for him?
I was. And I think that it's certainly, I can talk about it, till I'm blue in the face, but, being external, competing in between the lines, that's what it's all about. And all the other prep stuff, the mechanics, and that's done. And I think that, he was fight or flight mode right there, and it was good to see it. A lot of conviction in every throw he made.
Skipper, can you compare this team this year as opposed to the team last year that won the whole thing?
Right. Obviously there's a lot of the similar players. It's a team that, still tough. We pitch. Very similar teams. I know that this team is battle tested. So a lot of similarities. And I'm not going to say we're still finding our way and trying to figure out who we are, because I think I know who we are. I think it's better. It's a more talented team than we had last year. But that always doesn't equate to a championship. So we still got to keep getting better, but, very comparable teams.
How do you evaluate Roki's first half as a whole, especially with some of the strides he's probably made, but also the ERA being kind of where it's at?
I think inconsistent, room for growth. Certainly the month of May was fantastic. I think he's just continuing to get better and to learn himself, most importantly, learn the league, but more importantly, himself. And I think there's improvement. I do think that from the outset of the season to as we sit here on July 8th, he's a grade and a half better than what he was when he started this season.
Hey, Dave, record-wise, you're the best team in the league. They're the worst team in the league, but this was a very difficult series, all 3 games, 1 run. Do you like when your team is tested like that?
I do. I do. I don't like giving games away like we did last night. But it's always in one game. It's still hard to win a baseball game, a major league game, and they got some nice young players. We didn't know this Hughes guy, and he pitched a good ball game. He was probably 1 hitter away from being out of the game. To then go out there and throw 6 innings was pretty impressive for this young kid. I just like competing. So and to see Mookie take that at bat tonight was good for him. And good for us to see it. And so it doesn't matter, who the opponent is, because Senzatel is a very good pitcher, and for him to, be determined to drive that run, and that was good, and that's baseball. So, hard-fought series, and happy we won it.
We talked in the pregame show, Jerry, about the Dodgers' ability this season to bounce back after losing games. They'd only lost back-to-back games one time over almost a 2-month stretch. Tonight, that was tested once again, but also tested for Tanner Scott, who bounced back after a tough one Monday night, worked a 1-2-3 ninth inning to get the save.
Listen, besides what, 2 hiccups, this first half, Tanner Scott has been outstanding. I'm really lights out. Fastball command, breaking ball command. He is pumping strikes, does not walk anybody. That has been a huge tell for me because he's so confident in stuff and he's inducing weak contact. If you go back to the first game of the series, he made some good pitches. The Rockies did a great job of putting balls in play and really taking what was given to them. Tanner Scott, once again, come out there, a strike thrower, trusting his stuff, 2 strikeouts, no base on balls, and just 11 pitches. Tanner Scott is a dude.
We say about hitters, minimizing those times that you're not feeling good at the plate, those slumps, and kind of getting out of it quickly. We talk about these Dodgers not losing back-to-back games, just like hitters, minimizing those so they don't snowball and get out of it. Relievers have to be the same way. You have a hiccup, you minimize that, you come right back out there. I mean, closers often say, like, when I blow a save, I can't wait to get out there tomorrow. They want the ball the very next day. That's what great closers do. They said they want it again, to get back out there, trust their stuff, and continue to attack. Yeah, Tanner Scott, the one hiccup. He's been lights out this year, which is so great to see. Get back out there soon enough, and he was lights out once again. They needed that.
Yeah, and Monday gave up his first runs in about a month of the season, so he was due to get back on track tonight, which he did, slamming the door on his 13th save of the season. The Dodgers win their 20th.
今回のロッキーズ選出遺産での新章は単なる1勝以上の重みがあります。最大の焦点は前半戦の不調や投球動作の癖の露呈に苦しんでいた佐々木投手が虫2塁3塁という絶体絶命のピンチで見せた圧倒的な適応力です。セーバーメトリクスの指標である防御率やフィップが揺らぐ中、彼はこの場面で突如として絶対的守護神のような闘争心をむき出しにしました。高めのファストボールと低めのフォークを完璧に使い分けるピッチデザインが見事に機能し、圧巻の奪三振ショーを演じたのです。メジャーの過酷な環境において、出塁許容数であるウィップを抑えるためには、試合展開を読むゲームマネジメントと捕手との緻密なピッチコーリングが不可欠です。ロバーツ監督も彼がマウンドで自らを修正し、闘争心を取り戻したことを高く評価しています。さらに、タナー・スコットら、強力なリリーフ陣が完璧な投球で試合を締めくくったことは、故障者リストに主力を多数抱えながらもチームのオプスと王が高水準を保つ上昇軍団の底力を示しています。自動ストライク判定が導入される。これからの時代、スイーパーやカッターに依存せずとも、この日のような直球とフォークの組み合わせを磨けば、彼がサイ・ヤング賞クラスのエースに君臨する日は近いはずです。皆さんは、絶体絶命のピンチを三振で切り抜けた佐々木投手の精神力と修正力をどう評価しますか？ぜひコメント欄で皆さんの熱い分析を聞かせてください。最後までご視聴いただき、本当にありがとうございました。試練を乗り越え、進化を続ける佐々木投手とドジャースについて、皆さんのご意見をコメント欄でお待ちしております。この動画が面白いと思っていただけたら、ぜひチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。